What's up? Welcome back. Today we're in Ecclesiastes chapter 2, and the title of that text is Man's Days Are Filled with Sorrow, starting in verse 1. I said in my heart, Go to now, I will prove thee with mirth, therefore enjoy pleasure, and behold, this is also vanity. I said of laughter, it is mad, and of mirth, what does it? Verse 1 through 2. These verses summarize and advance the whole of verses 1 through 11. Solomon looked into finding meaning through riches, and he found it vanity. I sought in my heart to give myself unto wine, yet acquainting my heart with wisdom, and to lay hold on folly till I might see what was that good for the sons of men, which they should do under the heaven all the days of their life. Verse 3. The word wine is literal wine, but it also stands for all the pleasure-giving luxuries of life. Folly refers to parties, frivolity, and self-indulgence. When the preacher said, yet acquainting my heart with wisdom, he meant that he did not give himself over to total dispensation. I made me great works, I builded me houses, I planted me vineyards, I made me gardens and orchards, and I planted trees in them, all kinds of fruit. I made me pools of water, to water therewith the wood that bringeth forth trees. I got me servants and maidens, and had servants born in my house. Also had great possessions of great and small cattle, above all that were in Jerusalem before me. I gathered me also silver and gold, and the peculiar treasures of king and of the provinces. I gat me men singers and women singers, and the delights of the sons of men, as musical instruments, and that of all sorts. Verse 4 through 8. The preacher was rich in every way, having palatial homes, the natural beauty of vineyards and gardens, abundant and varied foods from his herds and estates, riches in forms of livestock and precious metals, and feats of engineering in the form of pools and aqueducts. He was free of hard labor and was served by an army of servants. He was entertained by singers, and his sexual desires were fulfilled by concubines. So I was great and increased more than all that were before me in Jerusalem. Also my wisdom remained with me. And whatsoever my eyes desired I kept not from them. I withheld not my heart from any joy. For my heart rejoiced in all my labor, and this was my portion of all my labor. Then I looked on all the works that my hands had wrought, and all the labor that I had labored to do. And behold, all was vanity and vexation of spirit, and there was no profit under the sun. Verse 11. Not only did Solomon realize his treasures and accomplishments failed to give him satisfaction, he also understood that none would endure. And it turned myself to behold wisdom and madness and folly. For what can the man do that cometh after the king? Even that which has been already done. Verse 12. Solomon compared wisdom and madness and folly to see if there was any real value in one way of living over another. The last part of these verses have some extraordinary difficulty Hebrew. Literally it says, for what is the man who will come after the king whom they already made? It is possible that which hath been already done refers to the creation of man in Genesis 1:26, where God is referred to in plural, let us make man. If so, then the king is not Solomon but Adam, and the point is that any man who cometh after Adam must learn to make moral choices involving wisdom and folly. Adam started this when he ate from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. How can a man who comes after Adam not wrestle with these things? Then I saw that wisdom excelleth folly. As far as light excelleth darkness, the wise men's eyes are in the head, but the fool walketh in darkness. And I myself perceived also that one event happeneth to them all. Then said I in my heart, as it happeneth to the fool, so it happeneth even to me. And why was I then more wise? Then I said in my heart, this is also vanity. For there is no remembrance of the wise more than of the fool forever, seeing that which now is in the days to come shall all be forgotten. And how dieth the wise man as the fool? Therefore I hated life, because the work that is wrought under the sun is grievous unto me, for all is vanity and vexation of spirit. Verse 13 through 15. The preacher did not deny the wisdom is a good thing. The fool will fall into all kinds of trouble because of the poor decisions she makes. On the other hand, wisdom can do nothing to save a person from death, the greatest calamity of all. One person may be prudent, and another foolish, but one event happeneth to them all. Yet I hated all labor which I had taken under the sun, because I should leave it unto the man that shall be after me, and who knoweth whether he shall be a wise man or a fool? Yet shall he have rule over all my labor wherein I have labored, and wherein I have showed myself wise under the sun. This is also vanity. Therefore I went about to cause my heart to despair of all the labor which I took under the sun. For there is a man whose labor is in wisdom and in knowledge and in equity, yet to a man that hath no labor, where therein shall he leave it for his portion. This is also vanity and a great evil. For what has man of all his labor and of the vexation of his heart, wherein he hath labor under the sun? For all his days are sorrows, and his travail grief, yet his heart taketh not rest in the night. This is also vanity. Verse 18 through 23. In this section, Ecclesiastes returns to the subject of wealth and pleasure, but unlike verses 1 through 11, which focus on the impossibility of finding satisfaction in riches, this text focuses on the absurdity of devoting one's life to acquiring wealth, only to leave it all behind to someone else. There is nothing better for a man than he should eat and drink, and that he should make his soul enjoy good in his labor. This also I saw, that it was from the hand of God, for who can eat, and who else can hasten hereunto more than I? For God giveth to a man that is good in his sight wisdom and knowledge and joy, but to the sinner he giveth travail, to gather and to heap up, that he may give him to him that is good before God. This also is vanity and vexation of spirit. Verse 24 through 26. The call for man to eat and drink and enjoy good in his labor must be understood in context. There are obviously many more things to a good life than just eating, drinking, and enjoying one's work.